Hi guys, I'm here with Eric Johnson from Atlantic Virtual Concepts. We've demoed a few of his games here over the last couple of minutes, and he's got a bunch of new stuff coming out, some VR headset gear and whatnot. So we're here talking with him right now and trying to get a little bit more of an inside depth look about what's coming up and what. So what made you start getting into all of this?
Well, my wife. I was a landscaper. I cut grass for a living. I was on the computer all the time at home, and she says, "You know, you're always at the computer. Why don't you get a job doing it?" I said, "Yeah, a wise man listens to his wife's advice," and that's what I did. So I got into it, developing multimedia, mostly courseware,
right?
But doing some apps back in the early 2000s for, you might remember these things called personal digital assistants.
Oh, PDAs.
PDAs, yeah. Before they were called mobile devices.
Yeah.
Doing apps for those, and just evolved into. When the iPhone came out, I said, you know, I want to make games for that. So my first game was Zombie Bowling, which this is the newer version of Zombie Bowling, which is available for all devices very soon. And then I saw the VR stuff, and I said, you know, I want one of those. I got the Oculus, and I was hooked. So I've been doing all kinds of different things. You played the Mazniak game, which is going to be available on the Oculus Store for the Gear VR very soon.
Okay.
Some other games I'm working on are what we call mixed reality. So with that device you saw, the phone is in there, it's got the camera. So it will superimpose 3D things on the world you're seeing.
Okay.
So think if you're at a museum, for instance, and you're looking at a museum piece, it'll recognize what you're looking at, and a little avatar will come up and start talking to you about what it is and point you to where the other works by this artist are.
Right.
That's all kinds of applications. Doing them for e-learning. So for instance, think about a piece of equipment somebody has to work on. This device will recognize the equipment and impose pointers like start here, or you're trying to set up your new printer. It'll tell you where to plug stuff into. Those kinds of things. So I'm looking to get beyond gaming into more applications of types.
So kind of like a interactive how-to manual for all your new stuff. That's actually a really cool idea, because I know there's been many times where I'm looking at something, it's like, how do I do this?
Yeah. After you get done smashing it, then it's like, okay.
Yeah. Does it work now?
Yeah.
So
and finally, a social environment. I want to have something with the Oculus where you have an avatar walking around in the world. You're with other people. Maybe you're playing soccer. Maybe you're playing pool. You know, those kinds of things. Just anything I can think of.
I mean, it sounds like you're trying to get ahead of it a little bit.
I'm trying.
As we all know, the technology it's there. It's still kind of in its infancy stages where it's coming to the mass public, because I know they've got the PS4 headsets coming out at the end of the year. The Vive just dropped.
Yeah.
I think that was Oculus.
Oculus and Vive have both dropped, and the Gear was out. The developer version was out last year, but the general public could buy it.
Okay.
So yeah, all these things are coming up, and we're going to get to kind of decide how they work. So there's really no guidelines yet for how the UIs work, for how the interactions work. So we're all working that out now. It's like back in the days when the mouse was the new thing. People are like, how do you use it? You know, we're at that stage.
Remember, it had a little rubber ball?
Yeah. That you had to clean like every 10 minutes.
Yeah. Otherwise, just like, But again, this is really, really cool to see somebody, and I'm assuming you're local to the area too.
Yeah, right here in Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach, another Virginia Beach local here at Tidewater Comic Con, on the forefront of technology, right here local, and that's what's really cool about this kind of stuff. And again, that's another cool thing brought to you back here by the Backroom Crew, and I'm Josh with Eric here with Atlantic Virtual Concepts. Did I say that right?
Yes,
all right, I got it right on the first try there.